I'm sorry, but as a woman, there's a level of respect you should be giving yourself. You are very special and you should communicate that you're special. You are not just anybody. You're a woman. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victory Ezeji, your image and style coach. I primarily help young women seeking self-development to redefine herself for herself and repurpose her physical appearance towards utilizing it to achieve her goals, to become successful and fulfilled women. My social media handles are displayed on the screen. Please go ahead and engage with me in all the social media platforms and watch the videos I post there daily. Help you develop yourself and discover ways of utilizing your appearance to achieve your goals. If this is your first time seeing me, thank you. I welcome you to my channel. Please go ahead and click the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to know when I post new videos. I really would appreciate that from you. It would mean a whole lot. And to my old subscribers, thank you so much for sticking with me on this ride. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about 7 body signs that kill your self-worth. 7 body signs / movements that kill, that damage or murder your self-worth. I'm going to first of all lay the foundation of what self-worth is about before we go right into identifying those 7 body signs that actually kill or murder your self-worth. So what is self-worth? Self-worth is another term for self-esteem, and self-esteem is defined as having confidence in one's abilities or worth. Because this channel is solely for women, I'm going to relate this definition to just the woman. So this definition to you as a woman is having confidence in yourself, in your abilities, and in your worth. Self-esteem encompasses your beliefs about yourself. These beliefs are the things that influence your level of confidence in yourself, which means there is a possibility that where you do not know yourself or where you have not discovered your beliefs and your ideals, there is a tendency that your level of confidence in yourself will be very low. So it encompasses your belief in yourself, and this belief is what is identified when you know yourself. The level of your confidence in your ability and in your worth, which is another term for value, is dependent on how much you know about yourself. It's dependent on how much belief you have in yourself. And this belief can only be discovered when you have identified the things that makes you up, when you have discovered who you are. This is what makes up your belief, and this is what adds to your confidence level. When you don't know this, your confidence in yourself will be very, very low. The level of your self-esteem in yourself is dependent upon clear knowledge of who you are. So it is right for me to say now that self-esteem is a quality of one who knows herself, which is a state of consciousness which affects one of who she is and who she wants others to know about her. So it's a state of consciousness which affords you to know who you are and who you want people to know. So you are the one who determines what others know about you. You're the one who controls the narrative of who you are to people. This particular state of consciousness where you know yourself also help you identify ways how you can effectively and consciously communicate this particular knowledge you have to people. The knowledge of yourself helps you identify qualities you regard and you respect or you value, one of which is self-esteem. So we know what self-esteem is about and how self-esteem is a quality of one who has a knowledge of herself. The self-esteem we have seen so far is quality of a person who knows herself, is quality of one who has confidence in her abilities and in her worth. So it's about you, it's about the person, it's not about the public. So it's about what you believe about yourself. It's about the level of confidence you have in yourself, which has been afforded you or which you now have identified by virtue of the knowledge you have in yourself. The public does not know whether you're confident in yourself. The public does not know whether you have self-worth in yourself. How the public knows is how you communicate it, is in your behavior. So the public can only see someone who has confidence in herself, someone who has self-worth in herself, only when that person communicates it. If you don't communicate that you have confidence and you have self-worth, you can never know, or you can never be identified as someone or as one who has confidence or who has self-worth or who has value in herself. It takes you to communicate what you believe in yourself to the public. If you value or if you believe yourself to be a confident person, you need to learn to communicate this to other people. And the most effective and influential way to communicate this is through non-verbal communicators. And these non-verbal communicators have an equal influence on the public towards you. Yes, because they have been proved to be most effective and most influential on people's attitude, on people's opinion towards you. So while you are communicating something through a nonverbal communicator, it is equally having an influence on the public towards you. So that is why it is actually very important for you to identify and know these non-verbal communicators, to utilize it to effectively communicate what you believe of yourself. And it is actually very often that we see women who actually believe themselves to have a particular quality, but then end up communicating something they do not believe of themselves, or something that is not associated to themselves. And the most common reason for this particular problem of communicating something that you do not have, or communicating something that does not have anything to do with you, like you having confidence in yourself, you believe in your abilities, or you believe in your worth, you believe in your value, but you communicate something that does not say or does not tell the public that you actually are a confident person, or you are one who actually values herself. Is that most women do not realize how effective non-verbal communicators or non-verbal communications are. And is why most women who actually know themselves, who actually identify values that are actually very important to them and the values that they rely on to regulate their behavior, they communicate something else. And that is why it is actually very important for you to know those things, to know those signs that actually has the capacity of communicating something you are not to people. These 7 body signs that kill your self-worth or kill your self-esteem are simply physical responses or physical actions. That is your behavior towards your feeling or your thought, which you may be conscious or unconscious about. Now, your consciousness and your unconsciousness actually have an influence on your behavior, whether you know it or not. Your unconscious thoughts and your conscious thoughts both equally have an influence on your behavior. With respect to unconscious thought influencing your behavior, it is only when you have identified such unconscious thoughts, such emotions that induce such unconscious thoughts to actually influence your behavior, it will continuously influence your behavior. I advise women who are on this journey of self-development, who are on this journey of redefining themselves, to pay attention to those unconscious thoughts, because those unconscious thoughts matter, and it is as a result of a habit you have built up. And when you ignore this unconscious thought automatically influences your behavior when you're faced in such a situation that influences or induces such unconscious thoughts. Now you know that your unconscious thought equally has an influence on your behavior as well as your conscious thought. But unconscious thought is actually quite dangerous if you leave it unidentified, because this unconscious thought has the ability and has the capacity to induce an emotion, and this emotion equally has the capacity of reducing your self-esteem in yourself, or reducing the level of confidence you have in yourself. It is actually very necessary in this process, in this journey of your self-development, to identify such unconscious thought. I'm spending so much time to talk about unconscious thought because it is actually very important that people understand, that women most especially understand how influential unconscious thoughts are and be able to identify it so that they can be able to control their reactions or their responses or their behavior towards themselves, which reciprocates to the kind of image you present to the public. So it is actually very important for you to identify such situations that will induce such thoughts. And I've said that unconscious thoughts are thoughts that automatically come to your head without you bringing it into your mind. And when they come, you do not have so much control on it or on them. If you're looking to develop your confidence level in yourself, it is actually very important for you to sit down and identify those situations that would make you automatically start questioning your self-worth, automatically start questioning your self-value in yourself. This self-identification process helps you identify the situations that induce these thoughts, and then develop ways that you can respond to such thoughts. Develop ways that when you are faced in such a situation that will induce that thought, you are consciously aware. Right now, you are aware of it, so you can be able to control your behavior towards that particular situation. These particular body signs are both unconscious body signs and conscious body signs, and I have also explained how unconscious thoughts or how your unconsciousness influences your behavior that kill your self-worth, right? So these 7 body signs are messages to the public, and this message is further influenced by their values and beliefs, which is both personal, societal, cultural, and environmental. So it is actually very important for you to know the 7 body signs. It is this message that these 7 body signs pass to the public, that they define your personality. And now you've seen the influences or the things that influences this particular message they pick up from these body signs, which after this element influences this message can be exaggerated about who you are. So that is actually why it is very important and necessary for you to know these signs, these body signs, in order to combat it from sending a wrong message of who you are. The essence of sharing these 7 body signs is for you to be aware of those body movements that do nothing to communicate who you are to people, that do nothing to communicate the accurate message you want people to pick up about your personality. It can be those ones that you unconsciously do and those ones you may be consciously doing. What are these 7 body signs that I've talked so much about? Number 1, chewing of fingernails. I say this very often. Women of class, women whom their first impression, who their physical appearance is solid, but then you see them chewing their nails. The message that this particular body sign gives to the public is, first of all, nervousness, right? So it communicates nervousness. It communicates someone who lacks confidence, and this kills your self-worth if you feel that you have self-worth in yourself. Chewing of nails does nothing in communicating that you have confidence in yourself if you actually do have confidence in yourself. So if you're doing that, I plead that you desist from that particular act or behavior. Another angle to this particular behavior is where you do not have confidence in yourself, when you lack self-esteem, you will unconsciously deviate into this particular behavior where you're facing a situation that makes you question your self-worth. You will unconsciously deviate into this behavior. My advice to you is, I need you to understand there is no one more better than you. So I need you to first of all rid yourself of the thought that people are better than you. You can be as better as they are if you want. And the only way you can do that is for you to sit down and analyze the situations that actually induce these thoughts that will induce this particular behavior in you. And this particular behavior sends the message of one who does not value herself. And that is why people will continuously pick on you. And that is why responses or people's harsh response will always have an effect on you. And this continuously is a merry-go-round, right? It will continuously make you question yourself. It will continuously depreciate the level of confidence you have in yourself. So it is actually very important for you to identify the situations that make you feel this way and learn ways to combat it, and learn ways that you can develop your confidence in yourself. So chewing of nails, whether you're doing it consciously or you're doing it unconsciously, it is not good at all. It does nothing to communicate that you have value in yourself. And if you don't have value in yourself, it of course pushes the message very far that you don't have value in yourself. So in both situations, in both state of mind, it is not good at all. The second body sign that actually kill your self-worth, that murder your self-worth, is picking your nose. I see picking of nose as something very dirty to do it outside. You can do it inside, I mean, that is your house. But taking this particular behavior outside communicates someone who is dirty, communicates someone who does not have value. Because I don't see why you will have value in yourself and pick your nose in public. Whether you're doing it consciously or you're doing it unconsciously, please, it's not good. It does not say anything nice about your image. It does not say anything nice about the identity you want to create about yourself. If you intend to create a solid identity about yourself of who has value and self-worth, please desist from picking your nose. Why should you pick your nose in public? Like, it's actually very dirty. And please, the persons who I train, the persons who I work with are elegant women. If you identify yourself as an elegant woman, please desist from picking your nose. It does not say nice things about you. It does not say nice things about your image. It presents you as someone who is dirty. It presents you as someone who does not have value in herself. Valuable women carry themselves with respect they have for themselves. So if you have identified respect to be a value that you want people to pick up about who you are, you should communicate that, and picking your nose does not communicate someone who has respect and value in herself. The third body sign that kills your self-worth is consistently adjusting your clothes. Hey, consistently adjusting your clothes. Okay. I addressed this particular problem, right, in my last video where I talked about personal branding and how to effectively use it. Please, why will you wear a clothes that you're not comfortable inside? It is my professional advice that on this journey of self-development, please avoid those clothes that will make you not be comfortable, that will make you feel uncomfortable. I've explained this particular behavior in my last video, so please go watch it. Consistently adjusting your clothes communicates to someone who lacks confidence in herself. You don't have confidence in your clothes. You don't have confidence in how you look. You've told yourself, okay, this is how I want to look. This is how I want to dress to go for this particular event, for this particular occasion, or this particular place. Why consistently adjust? Why consistently pull it down? If you're not comfortable in it, don't wear it. It does not communicate someone who has confidence in herself. If you're wearing something, wear it with charisma. Like I said, your physical appearance comprises of your clothes and how you carry yourself in your clothes. Please have a wardrobe cleanup routine that will help you identify those clothes that can be able to communicate those values that you want people to pick up about your person. That particular identity you want to create for yourself. If you want to create the identity of someone who has confidence, someone who has self-value, please develop a routine where you can be able to identify those clothes that actually do communicate that and those clothes that do not. If you own a clothes that makes you uncomfortable, that will make you consistently adjust, that will make you consistently act in ways that will suggest that you're trying to cover up yourself or cover up a part of your body that is showing that cloth has made visible, please do not wear it. Discard it. If you know that you cannot wear that cloth with your full chest outside, discard it. You're not supposed to own it. Because consistently adjusting your clothes outside does not say anything about your confidence. It does not communicate that you have confidence in yourself. So please, it is my professional advice that in this journey of self-development, in this journey of creating an identity for yourself, where you actually have identified self-worth and self-value, you've identified respect, confidence, you should be able to own clothes and wear clothes that communicate that. Number 4 body sign that kill your self-worth is dragging your feet on the floor. This particular one, I consider it as laziness because I don't see why you should be dragging your feet on the floor. Please, your physical appearance is not just about looking good. Although your clothes makes up 90% of your physical appearance, but you see, courage is also very important because you can look so good. You can look so beautiful. You can communicate someone who has value in herself. Very tiny body sign like this, very tiny body language will make you lose that. Will create another impression of your person. Dragging your feet on the floor is a no-no. Please don't do it. You see, these body signs, right? These body signs, like I said, are messages the public pick of you. If you have been identified as someone who has value and self-respect, who is in a particular class or level, please make sure that you keep that consistent with your courage. Your courage matters, and your courage are these body signs, how you walk and how you carry yourself. You should not drag your feet on the floor no matter how tired you are. Try not to do it. It communicates very bad image about you, especially when you are in a gathering of very influential persons. Try not to do it. Be conscious about it. Be very conscious about it. Be conscious about your leg. Now, if you walk that way, please learn to walk. It is not good. That is not the right way for a woman to walk, especially where you have identified respect, where you have identified self-value, where you have identified confidence in yourself, when you have identified that you want to develop your confidence and you want to communicate things to other people. Dragging your feet on the floor does nothing in communicating this to the public about you. Learn to carry yourself with dignity, because you are actually a very dignified person. You don't have to occupy a particular position to know that you are a person of dignity. You should carry yourself as a person of dignity. Do not drag your legs on the floor. Please don't. If you do this, stop it, okay? The fifth body sign that kills your self-worth or your self-esteem or your self-value in yourself is bad sitting and standing posture. Like I've already said while I was talking about dragging your feet on the floor, your physical appearance is made up of your clothes, is made up of your courage. And your courage, it is how you carry yourself and how you walk. Most women do not know how to sit down. If you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram, because I'm going to create a reel on the proper sitting and standing postures for women. Most women do not know how to sit down. Most women do not know how to stand. Please, there is a right way to sit down. I'm not going to talk about so much on this because I'm going to make a video both here and for Instagram, for the gram, how to properly sit down. There is a proper way to sit down, and I'm going to make a video on how to do that. There's a particular way to sit down, both in an interview, both in a church, both in an event. There is a proper way to sit down. But on the road where you're waiting for someone, there is a proper way to sit down. Bad sitting posture communicates lack of self-value. Self-value simply means that you believe yourself to have a dignity. You carry yourself, or you believe yourself to be at a particular level. So everything you should do should communicate that. Be able to communicate that you have value in yourself. So this particular body sign does nothing. It does nothing in communicating that you have value in yourself. Please, there is a right way to sit down. Pay attention to how you sit. If you see someone sitting like that, what will you say? Learn to sit well. Learn to stand well. When you're talking to someone, learn to stand well. Learn to properly know how to use your hands when you stand. Learn to properly know how to use your hands when you sit. I'm sorry, but as a woman, there is a level of respect you should be giving yourself. You are very special, and you should communicate that you're special. You are not just anybody. You're a woman. And even the Bible recognizes your worth. You should too. The sixth body sign that kills your self-worth or your self-value in yourself is avoidance of eye contact. All the 7 body signs are both consciously done and unconsciously done. And for both of them, I highly recommend that you pay attention to them. This particular body sign is also both unconsciously done and consciously done. Primarily, the message this particular body sign passes across about who you are, about your person, about your personality, is someone who lacks confidence in yourself. Avoidance of eye contact communicates nervousness, and this is mostly done when you are talking to someone. Avoidance of eye contact, it does nothing in communicating that you have confidence in yourself. Learn to look at who you are talking with. Learn to look at who you're interacting with, eyeball to eyeball. And if it makes you uncomfortable, identify why it makes you uncomfortable. Train yourself to learn how to maintain eye contact when you're interacting with someone. It shows lack of confidence, and in most cases, it shows lack of respect, depending on who you're interacting with. If you're interacting with a friend or with a colleague, it shows lack of confidence. If you're interacting with your boss, it shows lack of respect, in addition to the lack of confidence. If it makes you uncomfortable, identify why it does, and please learn how to maintain eye contact when you're interacting with someone. The last and the 7th body sign that actually killed your self-worth, both consciously and unconsciously, is profuse sweating. I'm not talking about in a situation where the place is actually very hot. I'm talking about in an air-conditioned room you're sweating. What's making you sweat? It communicates nervousness, it communicates lack of confidence, and it does nothing to communicate you have value in yourself. Why are you sweating in an air-conditioned room, ma? There is a problem, there is a thought. That thought has induced your senses to sweat. So identify why you are sweating. Identify that thought that has made you to sweat. It communicates someone who does not believe in her self-worth, who does not believe in her abilities. Don't forget that we define self-esteem to mean having confidence in one's abilities and worth. This particular body sign does nothing for you in communicating that you have confidence in your ability, you have confidence in your worth. You literally sweat where you're faced with a challenge. You literally sweat where you're faced with a particular situation or condition. You sweat all the time. This particular body sign, the most common reason that you have it is nervousness. Identify why you are nervous. And also the most common reason for this particular nervousness is lack of value, is lack of worth. You don't believe yourself to actually be worthy as this person. You don't believe yourself to actually be as better as this person. You don't believe yourself to actually be as skillful as this person. You compare yourself a lot. And when you compare yourself, you don't compare yourself as trying to improve. You're comparing yourself as always thinking yourself lower than this person, always thinking yourself inferior to this person. That is the comparison you do, and that is very bad. That is why you profusely sweat even in an air-conditioned room. But the way to combat this is to change your thought, change your pattern of thought about your person, change your pattern of thought towards yourself. Develop ways to talk to yourself positively. Develop ways where you can build your confidence in yourself. That even when you're faced in such a situation, you arrest that automatic thought that induces you to question your self-worth. You arrest it and then apply the ways you've developed to combat that thought. That is how you can stop profuse sweating. Profuse sweating is very bad, both in a workplace and both during an individual interaction. Please identify that thought, arrest it, and develop ways that you can combat it. These are the 7 body signs that kill your self-worth. And I've already said earlier in this video that these body signs pass messages that are contradictory to what you believe on yourself. It is actually very important that for your both unconscious act and your conscious act, it is very necessary to pay attention to these 7 body signs that kill, that has the capacity to kill your self-worth. So that is everything about the 7 body signs and how they actively kill your self-worth. They actively kill your self-value. It is my professional advice to you that you pay attention to yourself in order not to deviate unconsciously to these behaviors, to these 7 body signs that does nothing for you in communicating who you are. That is everything about body signs and how they kill your self-worth. If you found this video valuable, please, I will really appreciate that you share this video for women to actually discover those body signs they unconsciously deviate to, they unconsciously do that kill their self-worth. We identify this body sign: chewing of nails, picking your nose, consistently adjusting your clothes in public, dragging your legs on the floor, bad sitting and standing posture, avoidance of eye contact, and finally, profuse sweating. So that is everything about the 7 body signs that kill your self-worth. If you have not subscribed, this is a good time to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell to know when I post new videos. Also, feel free to go back to my old videos to learn the things that help your self-development to become successful and fulfilled women. Follow my social media handles on the screen. Thank you for watching. God bless.